Welcome to Coming Out of the Dark podcast, a podcast like none other, where women are empowered, encouraged, and uplifted to be the best version of themselves. Get ready to come from darkness into light with a passion to fulfill purpose. Here is your host, Miss Lady O.
Hello. Thank you for listening to another episode of Coming Out of the Dark. I'm your host, Lady O. If you're tuning in for the first time, I want to share that this platform is in celebration of the life and memory of my beautiful sister, Glennis Marie Boyce. She is the inspiration for this platform. All that I do is in celebration of her life, and what she means to me. I would also like to share that I am not a doctor or a therapist, but I am a certified empowerment coach who is committed to supporting women that are ready to break the cycle of self-sabotaging beliefs so they can build healthy relationships, own their identity, and confidently achieve their desired goals. It's my life's purpose to encourage, empower, and uplift, and I am honored to do this on this platform. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. Can you believe it? We're coming to a close of summer, and many are traveling before kids return to school. In some cases, there are states where school has already resumed in session. I feel like summer has just begun. And now I'm looking at things winding down. It's all so fast. One thing for sure that I noticed within my community, people are getting out more, unlike last year where backyard barbecues were in full swing. Many states are seeing an increase in the coronavirus with the Delta variant rising. People, please be careful as you travel and be sure to protect yourself, regardless if a mask mandate is or is not in effect. I want us all to use wisdom. I want to have a conversation with you concerning fatigue. I was having a conversation with a friend, and she asked, how do you maintain your stamina? And how do you present yourself with such joy and positivity all the time? Now, to be honest with you, I didn't give it any thought. Until she mentioned it, I start to really think. Now, I want to share with you first, I truly believe in what I do. And what I do doesn't only impact others, but me as well. I need the encouragement, and oftentimes I'm empowering myself to see past the storms of emotions that's raging in my own life. But this has caused me to think deeper as the days went on. I thought, perhaps people may feel that fatigue is not an option. But guess what? Fatigue is an option, and many people face fatigue on various levels. Now, I want to recall this to your memory. Recently, we heard the media discuss how Simone Biles has decided to sit out on a few competitions during the Olympics. Now, her reason was for mental health. We heard a mixture of people supporting her, and then we also heard others criticizing her. You could hear them saying, she's an Olympian, world class, and she needs to suck it up and keep going. We also hear athletes across various sports speaking about fatigue, speaking about exhaustion and burnout. I can recall listening to an athlete during the Olympics, And this person said, I felt like giving up on several occasions. If it wasn't for my strong support system, I would not continue in the sport. The person spoke of the grueling routine, the pressure, mental and emotional exhaustion. Now there's the everyday woman. The everyday woman juggling kids, husband, responsibilities at home, and working the 9 to 5. She too experiences fatigue. She doesn't get a day off. Her role is rewarding, but it's also all-consuming. She too needs a moment to breathe, inhale, and exhale. She too needs to feel appreciated and celebrated. She wants a break, and she could benefit from a support team, aka tribe, for her to lean on too. Now, she may make it look easy, because there are some that really do. They make it look so easy. But I want you to know she too has moments of mental, emotional, and physical exhaustion. So I want to break this down for you. Let's first start with discussing mental fatigue. Mental fatigue is a temporary trouble or problem. Mental fatigue may make it hard to pay attention or focus on a task. You may feel mental fatigue after doing work that takes a lot of mental energy. You may feel mental fatigue if you feel a lot of stress for a long period of time. The most common symptoms include mental block, lack of motivation, irritability, stress eating, or loss of appetite and insomnia. Mental exhaustion can affect you for both short-term or long-term. Now, if left unchecked, it can lead to all sorts of serious health problems, including anxiety and burnout. Then there's the emotional fatigue. Now, emotional fatigue or emotional exhaustion is a state of feeling emotionally worn out and drained as a result of accumulated stress from your personal or work lives, or a combination of both. Emotional exhaustion is one of the signs of burnout. Now, the studies have shown workplace stress can lead to feelings of fatigue. Now, with emotional concerns and stress, fatigue is a common symptom of mental health problems, such as depression and grief, and may be accompanied by other signs and symptoms, including irritability and lack of motivation. So I just shared a lot. We went over mental fatigue and we went over emotional fatigue. So here is my question. If people in all types of profession can experience fatigue, why would that be different for you, the woman achieving your purpose? Yes, I know your first response may be, I have God and He is my protector and He protects me against the pressures of the world. And you know, that is true. God is all-knowing and powerful. However, we are human and life has circumstances that test us along our journey. Just like the athletes have a support system in place to support them when they're going through challenging moments, we as purpose-driven women, need to have the same. Pursuing our life's purpose is rewarding. It benefits not only our lives, but those around us too. However, there will come a day when a shift happens and motivation is difficult to find. Perhaps the shift is financial, or the shift could be lack of support or doubt. The shift can also be a routine that you have been putting into practice, but without any results. The shift could be loss. It can also be silence. And there's so many other reasons why a shift can happen in your life. When you experience fatigue along your journey to fulfilling purpose, you feel like you and your purpose are not in sync. It's basically like the two of you are only going through the motions. Now, although I am not currently suffering from purpose fatigue, I can recall a time in my life where I did. I didn't know what to call it at the time. I simply stopped doing what brought me so much joy. I was looking for relief, which resulted in me doing absolutely nothing. Complete stop. Everything came to a halt. This was not my proudest moment, but it was a moment. In my research, I discovered purpose fatigue is a real thing. It's just like mental, emotional, and physical fatigue. In an article written by K.O. Nicole, she says, the best way to overcome purpose fatigue is to, first thing, avoid overthinking. Overthinking increases your chances of having a mental illness, totally disrupts your problem-solving abilities, and totally jacks up your sleep. Then, she suggests, have a change of scenery. Not only does a change of scenery give you the ability and the opportunity to relax, it actually works for, not against, you getting your purpose mojo back. Then there's do something that inspires you. Inspiration is all about being influenced in a productive way and doing what makes you feel exhilarated. It's about doing something that reminds you of why you're operating in your purpose to begin with. Then there's the don't compare yourself to others. Now, when I read that, I was like, okay, yeah, it is super counterproductive to compare your purpose, including the progress that you're making in it, to someone else's. Why? By definition, your purpose is the reason why you exist. It's connected to your own personality, your own gifts and talents, your own perspective, your own experiences, your own drive and ambition. Just because someone appears to be farther down the road, that doesn't mean they are better than you or that you have anything to be ashamed of. It simply means that they are doing them just like you should be doing you. Then there's the write your purpose a love letter. I personally love this. Take an hour out of your day and literally talk to your purpose like it's the greatest love of your life. Tell it what draws you to it, what you appreciate about it, what you are willing to do for it, and just how committed until death to it that you are. And then Then celebrate your progress. No one is created to go constantly without taking some breaks along the way. Something that can relax you and refuel you is making the time to pat your own self on the back for the things that you have already done. I'm a cheerleader of that. I celebrate wins every single Friday. It is so important that we take the time to celebrate even the smallest thing that we got done throughout the week. So now to the final. The final step that the author suggests is get some sleep. Sleep deprivation causes all kinds of drama and problems. It also causes irritability, anxiety. It causes stress, lack of concentration, disorientation, hunger, weight gain. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. I know we like to believe we are super women, and we would hate for others to feel there are days where we're wondering, what is my purpose? And did I lose focus? We want to appear strong and a leader in our work. But the truth of the matter is, everyone, and I mean everyone, has a down day and struggle with motivation, creativity, and seeing the glass half full instead of half empty. I wish I knew to research this topic many years ago when I had my moment of doubt and indecision. I'm so thankful for my dear friend to ask the question, how do I remain so cheerful? It's my goal to be authentic, and I remembered this question during my walk on the track a few days ago. When I experienced fatigue in reaching my goal, I didn't meet it, but I did exceed my previous results. In addition, earlier that day, I lacked the motivation to do anything. I finally had time that I wanted, that I longed for, but when it came time to do the things I wanted to do, I struggled to find the energy. I decided to make a mental note of all the things I wanted to do. And guess what I did? I focused on accomplishing one task at a time. And I wanted to accomplish that one task to completion. And I didn't move on to the next one until I completed that task. Now, did I get everything done? No. But that happens sometimes. And I refuse to focus on what I did not do. Instead, I want to celebrate what I did accomplish. As long as we're living, life is going to cause a mental and emotional shift. What's important is not to pretend what we're experiencing. Share with your support system. Share with them how you are feeling. And most importantly, listen to your body. A purpose-driven life is a rewarding life. However, we are not, and I repeat, we are not exempt of the mental and emotional challenges. It's the wisdom of God, awareness of how we're feeling, communication and actions is when we will overcome to continue along our journey toward purpose. I am Lady O, and it has been a pleasure to share this conversation with you. I welcome you, the listeners, to join me and other ladies in the Women Unleashed Club on Clubhouse. It is in this club We are unpacking the topics that we are discussing here on this platform. It's in the breaking barriers that stifle your confidence room that we allow our voices to just vibrate in the room and we learn from each other. We are not experts, but we are purpose-driven women striving to be our best in living out our purpose in life. So please join us on Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. And until next time, I want you to be blessed and know you have the power and you have the ability to own it, to claim it, and to be it. So let's go after it.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode. Please subscribe to this podcast and like, share, and follow on Facebook and Instagram. Until next time, be well, be safe, and be kind to yourself.